Our next guest overcame serious childhood scoliosis to follow her passion for dance. As a choreographer, she has pushed the limits in integrating an unusual variety of multimedia into dance and raising more than a few eyebrows by mixing the disciplines of classical and contemporary dance together with the exuberance of hip-hop street dance. With help from Hayden Fong and Becky Wenham, please welcome Martha Carter.
Hello, good evening. Yes, since my childhood, I've always been drawn to dance and music. I consider them an essential ingredient to life, and for me, it's all about the rhythm. Our fundamental rhythm is our heartbeat. Our heartbeat is our breath, and breath is life. Rhythm gives us a pulse that goes into our whole body and makes us want to move, to sway, to tap, to shake. And when we move with our breath, that is dance. As both a musician and a choreographer, I've always been interested in this and in creating works that bridge music and dance, making the most of the connection between them. Many of my shows offer the audience a chance to not only watch, but also experience the movement by injecting them with the rhythm. And then at the end of the show, we invite the audience to join us dancing. And many do. They get to be both observer and participant. It's taken me years to figure out why I'm so compelled to do these kinds of shows. And what I've learned is that when a room full of people are dancing, singing, playing music, breathing together, our heartbeats synchronize. Rhythm connects us literally. It's a scientifically proven physiological reaction, something between the vagus nerve, the brainstem, and the heart. So I've come to understand that for me, to dance and play music is a way to connect to myself and to others. And of course, virtuosic technical performance is amazing. We love watching it as an artistic dance form. And I realize I am first drawn to movement through the social art form. As much as I love creating and watching formal dance, I'm equally engaged by the energy of urban dance, folk dance, club dance. I even went through a phase with dancing drag queens. Because, you know, in the club, the dance clubs, when you think about it, that's dance and music on a global scale that is participatory dance culture. And to experience dancing in a large crowd can be a really transformative experience. The rhythm acts as a strong unifying force. We become one nonverbal, yet united community. Since early history, ancient cultures, Haida, East Indian, Asian, they've all known this, and they integrate dance and music into their daily lives. In fact, in some African cultures, in their languages, dance, music, and song are all the same word. They are inseparable. They're part of every gathering, every ritual, every ceremony, and I feel deprived. In Western society, we rarely get to dance together, except for going to a dance club, certain cultural gatherings like weddings, bar mitzvahs, a salsa fiesta. We don't really get to experience dance as a culture, as a community, to breathe together, to feel connected in that way. And that's too bad, because it's nice to have our hearts beating together. But having said all that, I don't only work with 4 on the floor, 5, 6, 7, 8, everyone together. In a lot of music and a lot of contemporary dance, there's what I call an inner rhythm, a non-rhythm pulse. We also work a lot with improvisation, and we find phrasings and motifs and patterns that emerge over time. It's not necessarily always a steady beat. And for performance artists, this can become really interesting. In my recent work, Speaking in Ligeti, I brought dancers and a string quartet together to try to unlock the complex rhythms of György Ligeti, a 20th century avant-garde Hungarian composer. And interestingly, a lot of Ligeti's early music was inspired by the rhythms of Hungarian folk dance, which happens to be extremely complex in its rhythms. They knew how to dance since ancient times, and over the ages, their rhythms became more and more complex, and they were able to dance these things together. Now, this music is hard to count. So the challenge becomes, how do we bring everyone together into a heartbeat when we can't even hardly count it? How do we find a way to develop it and work on it together and feel that union? Well, our challenge was to start by watching the musicians and how they were able to play it together. And they communicate through their breath. They communicate through their eyes, through their gesture, through little moments of impulse. And through this, the dancers started to apply that technique to respond in dialogue with the musicians. And over time, these complex rhythms, they started to become familiar to us and started to connect us. So tonight, Hayden and Becky will show an example of this nonverbal inner rhythm by doing a short excerpt from Speaking in Ligeti, where they are in close conversation. They find connections with each other, the movement, the music, the underlying narrative. The inner rhythm is their connection. See if you can feel it. Enjoy.